I'm just gonna say right now, we got the hardest fucking intro song on any podcast, and y'all niggas can eat a dick. Um,
Whoa!
welcome back to another issue of Am I live? Welcome back to another issue 52 of Words with Nerds. As always, it is the Triple S crew. It is me, Sundance Kid himself, aka DJ.
It is me, Slick, the Vic Rodriguez.
And it's me, Space Case, aka
The case.
Vince. Yo, why does Victor look like Logan from Wolverine right now?
That's a really good question. It's because we're going to be talking about X-Men, affectionately titled X-Men 97, which is the newest project from Marvel Studios, not Marvel Television, Marvel Studios, which I feel is a very important distinction because the quality of work between the two usually shows in spades. So Marvel Studios is going to be producing this. It is a continuation and revival of X-Men from the 92 to 96 series back in the day. I think everybody remembers that epic intro that X-Men have, you know.
Oh my god, I love it. The only thing that I'll say slaps harder than our intro is the X-Men theme song from the animation.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's
The
got to.
only
The only thing. We cannot compete. But look, I'm just gonna say real quick. I mean, I feel like we've talked about the X-Men a lot in various different episodes and stuff like that. So I feel like you guys know the deal already, especially with a lot of the listeners. But just quick recap: the X-Men are mutants that fight for the good. They're superheroes and they fight for the good of humanity and mutants alike. And uh it's just really cool to see because that was one of the first TV shows that like I got hooked on. It was like X-Men, Gargoyles, you know, Pokemon,
Dude,
Digimon.
gargoyles. Oh my god.
Gargoyles went hard in the paint, but like
Hard in the intro too.
oh
Dude.
man, it's so good. But like this is one of those shows that's like very iconic in the cartoon animated community, and the cool thing about this is the very little has been released about it. It's supposed to be coming in 2023, but the original a lot of the original voice actors from the original series are coming back to voice those characters, so the guy that did Gambit, Storm, Cyclops, there's Kurt, Nightcrawler, and they got Wolverine and Gambit coming back, which I think is going to be so cool because that Gambit accent, they
right.
like they shoved it up sarcastic avenue, and like it's just so good. It was so campy like back in the day, so I think it'll be really fun to see how they make that now. But what I wanted to ask is, what do you guys think? Or what are your predictions for how the story is going to go? Because it's a direct continuation of the old series, so it's still going to be taking place in the 90s.
So just refresh my memory real quick. Where did we end off in what 90? It was probably 97, right? Where the story ended. I remember we did Days of Future Past. We had a bunch of stuff with
We had the Phoenix Saga,
Phoenix, Age of Apocalypse. We had some Wolverine, Sabretooth storylines going on.
Yeah, the Weapon X stuff. Yeah.
Weapon X. Yeah.
we went through a lot.
Where did we end? Do you guys remember where we ended? What was the last thing we even talked about?
I actually remember.
Go for it.
The way the original series ended was actually Charles Xavier got sick. He got like a technopathic virus, or like a telepathic virus, where he was dying, and then his girlfriend or whatever from the Shi'Tar Empire comes down, and they're like, it's actually very common what he has in our planet. We could take him back to our world and heal him. We'll be able to heal him, but the journey to that planet and the journey back is like a decade. So the last episode is literally like him kind of telling them telepathically, it's like, hey, I know I'm leaving, but remember, my spirit's always going to be here. If I don't come back, just remember my spirit is always here.
Okay, so Xavier most likely out of the picture, and a new leader of the X-Men emerges, most likely Cyclops.
I think it was Magneto, because Magneto turned a leaf in the series. He was like he wished him goodbye too.
He stopped his assault on humankind when they told him that he was dying, and he was like, "Hold up, I gotta be there for my mans." That's a real ride or die.
You guys think they're gonna open the series with Magneto leading the X-Men
and the Brotherhood of Mutants? Yeah,
that'd be cool. That'd be very cool to see.
To see how he clashes with Cyclops and Wolverine, and because in the comics, I mean, he's led the X-Men before. He's turned a new leaf. You know, there's multiple times when like he works with the X-Men. Like he's slowly over the years become less of just a cold-blooded villain and like more of an anti-hero and like kind of a dark protagonist. And I think that would be really cool to see for sure.
Yeah,
sure. Do you guys think they're gonna set up for like new mutants at all? And kind of a loaded question, because I'm trying to think down the road with what they're doing, and I don't know if they're trying to set us up with like a newer age of X-Men to then later plug in live action newer mutants. And I'm not talking new mutants, but maybe like newer mutants like Kitty Pryde and mutants like that. So do you think we're going to get the typical Wolverine, Gambit, Storm lineup, and that's going to be the constant lineup for the whole show? Or do you think that it'll slowly evolve into like a newer class of X-Men?
They'll take from X-Men Evolution probably. Like they'll kind of follow that route where there'll be this perfect mix of kind of obviously the iconic, you know, Wolverine, Storm, Cyclops, you know, Beast, Gambit, and then we'll kind of see that younger generation be mixed into it as well. So I think that would be really cool. We'll probably get to see Iceman, you know what I mean? And we'll get to see Bobby, and we'll get to see Kitty, and, you know, we'll get to see all these newer gen versions of these characters. And I think that'll be really dope to see.
We get to see our boy Morph come back, which I'm really excited about.
Morph, oh my god,
that dude had such a dark storyline, and he was created for the show. That was it.
Yeah. So I'm excited for more Jubilee. I think Jubilee's a pretty cool character. Everyone underrates Jubilee, but everyone bashes her for having firecracker fingers. But I think she's cool.
I mean, they look pretty. I mean, who was your favorite character from the '90s series?
I like Rogue a lot. Rogue and Gambit. I hope they continue to plug Rogue's story, because to me, Rogue is like one of the main X-Men.
I mean, the voice actor for her too. I mean, I had the biggest crush on Rogue when I was a kid.
Come on, sugar.
Right?
Yeah,
Come
right.
On, right.
I think, you know, when they did the Spider-Man crossover episode, I was so geeked.
Yeah, bro.
I was like, oh, because they started playing the theme, and I was like, why does that sound so familiar? And then he's like, hey, bub. I'm like, oh, shit. X-Men.
Hey, you egg-sucking newbie.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck? It's because you can't swear, bro.
And then Hank is always just like, I do believe that maybe we can find you a cure.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What do you guys think as far as art style goes? Do you think that they're going to do this? Sure. Well, obviously, it's going to be updated like any animation. No. So do you think that they're going to go ahead and do the same art style, or do you think they're going to do shade cell like What If?
They're in talks with the original studio.
Yeah.
With the original studio and artists there. Yeah, they want to come back. They're like, yeah, we'll come back. Absolutely. So I really hope that they do keep that. Like, if they're going to
see that,
they're doing a continuation from a '97 show. Like, keep that
that '90s vibe.
Yeah.
This is off topic, but just to say, I really wish that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles had like a decent animated show. I feel like I haven't seen it since like 2003. I've just been thinking of like the Ninja Turtles so much, and the three ninjas, because I feel like the three of us are like, you know, we kind of fall into those categories. Like Vince is definitely he's definitely a Michelangelo. No, not a Mikey. Sorry, not a Mikey. A Donatello. You're definitely a Raphael or a Michelangelo. Then there's me, dude.
Who are you?
You know, I didn't want to say it.
April O'Neil.
April O'Neil.
I was gonna say Casey, but all right. So weird. No, I think I'm looking forward to it. I mean, they've just done so many of the classic storylines, but there's definitely been some that have been done recently that they could probably tap into.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like for that to happen.
House of M
Maybe,
storylines.
yeah, maybe I just want to see like some newer storylines. Maybe not as Wolverine centric. I hope. Maybe we get a look at those other characters. Like I would love a Hank McCoy, you know, centric episode and a Gambit and Rogue one. Like I would like to see the Apocalypse. I would like to see like the Four Horsemen style. So like see Gambit and Wolverine as Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Like that would be so crazy.
That'd be very cool to tap into the other characters' kind of backstories and stories moving forward. Because you're right, it is a ton of like Wolverine, Cyclops.
Right.
I'm not that I didn't like it. Obviously, liked it a lot. But I would love for more characters to get bigger story arcs and kind of hone in. Like let's hone in on like Nightcrawler or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a Kurt centric story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Teenage Negasonic Warhead. You know,
why are you slowly drifting out of the picture? Where are you going?
Can
you stick around?
No, it's my chair.
I thought you were just
Christmas. I got you.
I thought you were trying to be sneaky, just kind of like, yeah, X-Men, fucking great.
My chair's just slowly.
I love X-Men. I love
I'm trying to get comfortable, but
it was the greatest of all time.
He just comes back into frame in a full Wolverine costume. And just like, that was a good bit.
Fredo.
If I could see one,
Don't betray me, Fredo.
If I could see one portrayal of like a good comic, because I feel like they can do it in like a cool, quirky '90s way, because they have that potential now that they're just like, hey, we're gearing this to the people who watch this.
Well, it's vintage and it's niche now. Yeah, you know what I mean? So
they don't have to make it to like appeal to kids. They don't have to make
this
it
is their
appeal
audience.
To the uninitiated. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no kids gonna be watching this X-Men show, especially this is '97. They're gonna be like, man, that's old, that's dusty. I mean, all these 30-year-old guys and girls watching it.
Lunchbox from the X-Men, like the X-Men lunchboxes that they had back in the day. Man, they look so cool.
I just ordered.
Of course you did.
An original Cyclops from like the '90s.
Of course you did.
Wow, dude, you need another office at this point. You
have
access stuff, dude.
That's funny, but that's fun. I would love to see them do the X-Men versus Avengers storyline, but using because they've all had animated depictions.
Oh yeah,
in the '90s, they've had Captain America, they've had Iron Man. It would be so fucking cool to see those versions fighting the X-Men. I would be like, this is fucking neat, dude.
I don't know. I kind of don't want the Avengers to have anything to do with this series. That's all. Well, that's the entire story we have in the live action stuff. I want them to do a separate story, and if I see Tony Stark or someone in X-Men, I'm gonna be, no, I'm good, bro. Keep him out of this one. I would be a little upset. You know, don't tie him into this.
What if they start bringing back the revival? Like they start doing a revival series, project where they just bring back those '90s TV animated shows. So the Spider-Man and Iron Man and they get to do that Beyonder. You remember that arc from Spider-Man when they brought in Fantastic Four and it was so awesome. I would love to see that.
I'm happy that they are bringing back X-Men '97 because there was this big trend, and you can actually you'll see it if you ever get bored and watch the original Silver Surfer, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man, Spider-Man. Those shows don't end. They don't normally end. It ends on a season finale, but not a series finale. Because these studios, they ended up Marvel Entertainment around that time sold a lot of its properties because it was going bankrupt. So a lot of these shows never got the proper send off that they should have gotten. So it's really cool that they're bringing this back, and I hope you are right that they start a trend of bringing back. Dude, who remembers X-Men Evolution? Who remembers Wolverine and the X-Men? Who remembers the Silver Surfer show? Those were great, and they never got a true ending. So I hope this starts that trend. No. I'm sorry.
I'm all for rebooting shows that didn't get endings. But everything else, I say leave where it was. If it got an ending, why?
Oh yeah, like Spider-Man. Right? Like I wouldn't want them to bring back Spider-Man. Like that was a perfect ending. Spider-Man literally got to travel to a different universe where Stan Lee is the like it's basically to our reality, and he got to swing Stan Lee around.
See, they had too much runtime. They were like, we don't even know what to do anymore. Let's have Stan Lee get swung around.
Perfect send off, because at that point, like the Peter Parker of that animated series is just like kind of jaded.
Yeah.
And he's never gotten the type of respect or like camaraderie or like honestly the warm welcome that a hero should get. Mm-hmm. So at this point, he's just like fucking whatever, dude. And like something happens, he goes through a bunch of shit, and the fact that he meets a dude that made a series of him, and he's just like, what am I doing? Like, I'm a hero, man. Like, I don't need that shit. Like, this dude made me, and it was just real cool. It was like a proper send off. Like, he felt renewed again.
I loved what he said. Stan Lee said to Peter Parker, he's like, why do I do this? Like, it's not real. You're not doing it. It's just like his exact words were like, but you give people hope, and you give people someone to look up to, and that is real, and that is more important in the world, is to give someone a hero to look up to. And I'm just like, that's so sweet. I was a kid, I'm like, that was deep. What the hell? And then when Spider-Man swings off, leaving Stan Lee on a roof, he's like, I can't get down here, right? He's like, I wonder if the Fantastic Four are real too. Maybe I could get a ride off that. And I'm just like, oh man, that's cool.
It was cool. And fun fact about that is like the Madam Web, her voice actor was Stan Lee's wife at the time, and he got to voice it. So they were both in that project together. And I was just thinking like, that's so cool. Like something that he made, and he's sharing that with his wife. So that was a pretty dope episode. And the ending of that, this is all to say that I'm very excited for the X-Men series.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that was a long tangent. Side tangent.
No, it's fine. We got everything we need to get out. Just being, especially all three of us, we're nostalgia babies to any degree of our words.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Vince likes newer stuff, but I've seen him go nostalgic like a motherfucker.
Absolutely. I mean, I have a whole X-Men wall behind me. You kind of see it, but I mean, I'm so excited for them to bring back X-Men, especially because the story never really got an actual ending. Mm-hmm. To me, X-Men is always going forward. They really don't ever end the X-Men story. Mm-hmm. It's always wave after wave, kind of new generations taking over. So I'm curious to see how they're going to take this and where it's going to go. There's a lot of potential with it because there's a lot of story that happened in the comics of X-Men that is like decades beyond the story of the TV show. So, and there's different like stems of that too. They kind of branch out into different stems, almost different realities in a sense. But who knows what direction they're going to go with it? Because you guys were talking about how there's X-Men Evolution. There's all sorts of different X-Men shows. So
Wolverine and the X-Men.
Yeah, like what route will they take?
X-Men and Friends.
X-Men and Friends. Who knows? Yeah, I'm excited. And I'm excited to see the animated style kind of improve too, because we're in the 90s and back then it was awesome, but going back and watching it now, like I enjoy it for what it is because I'm nostalgic about it, but I can't ignore the fact that it's a little dated, and I wish that someone just kind of went in and at least like remastered it. So it'll be cool to see.
Yeah, there's a couple episodes like in those 90s series where they use the same frame at least like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Do you know how difficult it was to find good art for the thumbnail for this episode? Like,
dude,
it was like pencil drawing. Like, there's no way. No one wants to see that.
The last year that they made the X-Men show, which is when the year that like their quality dropped, is because they switched studios. Because the other studio that was doing the consistent work that got everyone fucking hooked, that's coming back, they were asking a little too much money. and Marvel could not afford it. So
It's expensive,
Damn.
dude. An animated series is actually way more expensive to make than a movie or a TV show, live
dude,
action.
each
It's
episode's a couple of months in advance.
yep, and it's extremely costly.
Mm-hmm.
So I can understand why it got delayed a little bit.
On that note, hopefully it comes out well. I actually have a thing, if you guys don't mind.
You have a
Please,
thing?
sir,
I
do
have
the
a thing.
thing. Julie, do the thing.
Do the thing, Jubilee. So we talked about our 3 favorite things that we're going to see, but I wanted to ask you guys all, and I'll go all in a line. What's an honorable mention? Something that was that close? Was this close for
Oh
you to
man,
pick the topic, man? Just you can pick one. Doesn't matter if it overlaps. Just why did you almost pick it? And what got outweighed here. So I'm going to start with Mr. Vince. Like, what was something that was like right there, honorable mention?
I was real close to picking Secret Invasion. I don't really know much about the story, but I know that once we get to that story, it's going to kind of break open a whole new thing, a whole new storyline for Marvel. So I'm excited to get there. I feel like it's kind of a milestone, and that's kind of what we're building to. So when they announced it and then they announced it last in that lineup, I think that says a lot. So I'm excited to eventually get there and have that big aha moment, like, oh man, we've been plugging this in here. Like we saw them in WandaVision, the scrolls at the end. We've seen them in Captain Marvel. So them plugging the scrolls and stuff along the way, I'm excited for them to actually get to that big reveal of why they've been doing what they've been doing the whole time.
All right, perfect. That's a really awesome thing. So Moon Knight, just beat it out because we can all admit Oscar Isaac.
Yeah, man, I'm a big Oscar Isaac fan. It's dark, it's psychological. Like it took the cake for me for sure.
Fair enough. That was a beautiful sentiment. That was a good pick too, because dude, I love Secret Invasion. I can go on about it because I have the fucking running right here in my back. Mr. DJ, Mr. Sundance, Mr. Beanie. What was a good honorable mention here for you? What was a close one?
It was really close. I was actually going to do the it might not technically count as a Disney Plus Day one, but they showed us a little bit more of it. So the ObiWan series, I'm hella excited about.
Right.
I love that the fans, because I know Star Wars fans can be so toxic, and just such the assholery of them is like no other. But I was really excited that the fans who hated this dude and like trashed him on the internet when he was doing Anakin Skywalker, that now that he's coming back, they're just like, we can't wait, we love you. Like it might seem like a little fair weather, but I think the prequel series have gotten better with age, especially with the Clone Wars coming out. So they feel a lot more complete in between episode 2 and episode 3. Revenge of the Sith has some of the best fight choreography, some of the best scenes with special effects. So I'm really looking forward to kind of in between that really proud Jedi that Ewan McGregor played in the prequel series to like this kind of shell of a dude played by Alec Guinness in the original series. I want to see what goes on and transpires with Obi-Wan in between there, and see how that fits into the overall story. You know what I mean? So
absolutely, yeah,
that was awesome.
Very cool.
That was a beautiful sentiment too. So that one got beaten up by 97, which I'm very proud. What was the teetering point there? I asked Vince. What was the teetering point to pick 97?
Me, nostalgia baby. So I'm always just, honestly, if I can bring up something from the 90s and if it's cool, I'll absolutely talk about it over anything else. I feel like I'm a very not perfectionist, what's the word? I think I'm a purist sometimes when it comes to like animated, anything 90s related. So like I like cartoons over that and TV shows and shit like that. So is what it is.
All right,
It's an aesthetic.
I get it. And then I'm just gonna end it with mine. So the one that I'm looking forward to is Hit Monkey. No. Please tell me you guys seen the trailers for that. So
No,
this
I did
joke
not.
doesn't fucking. Oh god damn it!
Yeah, but I'm
Watch
gonna
it.
watch it.
Someone out there has to see
I'm
it.
definitely gonna watch the show.
It
Yeah,
looks funny.
now I want to watch what it
It's
was.
it's a
Jason
terrible.
Sudeikis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm
Jason
all
Sudeikis.
for it.
Literally about a hitman monkey, but that's not it.
And a monkey in a suit
Oh god, it looks funny.
with a ghost that follows him around. Sorry.
Jason
Okay.
Sudeikis.
Now we're good.
The what I was so I hyped incredibly hyped about, because I'm a huge fan. I actually have one of the Funkos behind me. Is She-Hulk. That dude, fuck, that was so close for me to pick. Like, I loved the original run of the Incredible Hulk from like the early '80s. I've actually met Lou Ferrigno. I have a photo with him, and motherfucker's big. Like, he's huge. Yeah, you've seen it, Vince. I think I've showed it to you.
Mhm,
Yeah, he's huge, dude. Like, so I was so happy that they did that. And then they paid homage to one of the episodes where literally he says, "You wouldn't like me when I get angry," where it was Mark Ruffalo's character and then his cousin's character both standing, and then she looks at the camera, same frame too, like literally same outfits, and she's like, "You wouldn't like us if you got us angry," or "You wouldn't like us if you got us angry." And I'm like, "Oh, this is gonna be corny and cool. All right, I'm excited." The only reason zombies beat it out for me is because fucking zombies. That's it. Mine wasn't as deep as either of yours.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see She-Hulk. Also, I know I know the actress playing She-Hulk is highly regarded.
Mhm.
I'm not really familiar with her work. Tatiana Maslany. I'm probably saying that wrong, but
She was in Parks and Rec.
yeah, she's in Parks and Rec. She's from she's from other stuff. There's probably people watching this right now screaming the titles of her previous work at me.
Definitely.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. It's one way speaker. But yeah, she's very highly regarded as far as I've heard. So I think she'll be a good addition to Marvel. And I'm, as much as I love Mark Ruffalo being Hulk, I'm excited for someone to pick up the helm and move that story forward, because I think it's about time.
Yeah.
Same. All right. Well, guys, I think that's another one for the books. I'm going to sign us off here, but I will say that, as always, I've had a lot of fun doing this. And yeah. So this is the Triple S crew, and we are signing off. As always, thank you for listening and supporting us. We very much appreciate it. As always, it is the Sundance Kid himself, aka DJ.
It is Slick, the Incredible Vic Rodriguez.
And it's me, Space Case. We'll see you guys next Wednesday with another issue, and we are talking about Dune. So don't miss that one.
Whoa.
We'll see you then.
Nice.
Adios.